Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jennifer C. at HomeLifeCultureLink.com, Nino Simeka at MortgageGodfather.ca, and Jewelry Forever at JewelryForever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Well, now, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. All ages. Welcome to this week's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. And as you can see, things look a little bit different. And that's because, obviously, this is our very first isolation episode of The Sit Down. Oh, it's Scott Dion Brown. And so I am here in a bunker, deep under the ground. But I'm still joined, of course, as always, by the greatest co-host in the entire galaxy. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only...
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday, fun day, everyone, and welcome back to The Sit Down.
Hello, Regine.
Hi. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good, just here in self-isolation while you are in quarantine.
Correct. Yes, that's right. I mean, so, how did this all happen? We last week, obviously, there was no show. We were going to have a show, but then I came back from traveling. In fact, I was in the country of Guyana, actually, for a week. And then, I got back, and at the time, actually, they weren't really mandating anything. They weren't really pushing anything about self-isolation. There was kind of just a light suggestion that it's a good idea to, maybe isolate yourself. And so we came to the decision to sort of let that show pass by, because we had Athena Park, who was going to be a guest on the show. And, I guess it just made sense to not have the risk of, I don't have any symptoms or anything, but we know that the symptoms can take a while to show up. So I just didn't want to spread it. It just didn't seem worth it. And so we canceled last week, and now we're still all in isolation, but we thought, hey, we can do a show. We have the technology. So here we are. And Regine, how are you handling our isolation world?
I'm working from home, which is great. I don't have to commute to work and be with all the germs in the world. But I just do what I got to do. I wake up every morning around the same time, a little bit later, but I still do my makeup every morning to feel like I'm actually doing something in the norm. Do my work, go to lunch every day at the same time I would at work, video chat my coworkers, and then clock out at 5 o'clock.
There you go. So it's you're
just gotta keep sane.
Yeah, figuring out the new routine, eh? And it's
how about you? What have you been doing? Your YouTube channel seems to be fuller these days.
Yeah. So the thing is, that's the funny thing is so obviously because last week we didn't have a show, but I did feel weird about not being live Sundays at 11, right? So I was at home. And I was just like, oh, you know what? Why don't I just jump on? I'll just jump on and play a video game. I'm just going to jump on Twitch, jump on DLive, jump on YouTube. Same time, I just play a video game just to chat with people, And so I did. I played Cuphead.
Chat with people?
Yeah, people came in and chatted. Oh, hey, we got somebody to chat. Lightspeed Dude is in the chat. And actually, it's good Lightspeed Dude is in the chat. Shout out to you, man, because this story involves you. So last Sunday, right, we didn't have a show, so I decided to play a game, and I played Cuphead, and it was really fun. I ended up playing for over 3 hours last Sunday.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, you know what, maybe I'll play again. And so I played again. And Lightspeed Dude was one of the people who's been watching.
Helping you?
Yeah, he's been showing up, and he's actually a Cuphead expert, so he's been helping me and giving me
Oh,
tips. And so I ended up playing this game every single night all week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the way till last night.
my God.
But the
Or
thing
this
is,
morning?
I didn't play this. Well, yeah, because here's the thing. So last night I got to the final boss of the game, and it was the one. It was only had to beat one level to be done, and I figured I'd be done pretty quick. It took me over 6 hours to beat the boss.
6 hours. You know, that's a shift at work, right?
Yeah,
For some
I know.
people.
And it's funny. Yeah, I know. It was. Oh man, it was like. So it's literally like it's on my YouTube channel now. You're not going to want to watch it, but I put the time code of when I actually beat the game there. But it's literally me playing the same level for 6 hours straight. And this guy who just got into the chat, Lightspeed dude, he was there giving me tips and encouragement all the way to the very end. He was the last one there at like after 3 a.m. when I made it.
And it's 11 something now, and he's already awake and here. So, hello.
There you go, Lightspeed dude. He was there the whole time. Exactly. He was. He gave me tips.
He was there to hold your hand through the whole thing.
Yeah. What's funny? At one point, he was getting so frustrated because I was too. He was like, "Scott, just give me the control. Let me do it. Put me in two-player mode. I'll help you." And I was like, "No, I have to do this." And eventually, I did do it. I eventually did do it. So yeah. And so anyway, I want you guys all to bear with us here. This is our first time doing this over Skype, and we're all in different locations. For example, like one issue we're facing that I'm gonna have to deal with is our cameras keep resizing. Like as you can see, Regine here is so I'm just gonna have to be constantly readjusting everything's location. But anyway.
Wow, I'm a little zoomed in there, Scott. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. I fixed it. So Regine, maybe we should meet our guest because we have a guest on today's show.
Yes, and I'm really excited because I've known her for. I'm so zoomed in. I've known her for a very long time. I think she was just in high school when I met her. We went through a pageant journey together, but I'm so happy to see that she's stepped onto a different side of the stage as a singer-songwriter, and she is here with us today. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Aica.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Yeah, I think we can hear you, right? Yeah,
How's
okay,
it
we can hear you. Good, how are you?
I'm so good, so great. Thank you for having me on the show.
So, how's isolation for you? What's all this like?
Honestly, it's so hard. I'm so used to being out in public from work to school. I go to school in downtown, and I'm just not used to it, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I stay in my room even when my whole family is home. I'm like, nope, not risking you guys.
Wow.
I like to keep to myself anyways. I still have assignments to do, so gotta work on those.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's yeah, I mean the worst part, like for me, I've realized I'm not that concerned if I get it. I mean, like I was traveling abroad, I know, and but my concern is obviously, people around me. I didn't want to. So
Yes,
even though I feel fine, it's like nope, I'm not. Can't come over. Can't go here. Can't go there. So it's it's a weird adjustment. I mean, most of my work is from home anyway, so it's not been too bad for me. But yeah, there's definitely that whole part where you just can't go anywhere. You can't really do much of anything. So yeah.
Yeah, I know it's turning to like people aren't taking it that serious, and there's like something going around about the police starting to fine people if there's like 50 or more in a gathering. Like that's completely nuts. Like how are people not scared at all to just catch something? It takes literally like one breath, one touch.
Yeah, because it's airborne. Yeah, Ugh, it's getting scarier. And I was even talking to my family in the Philippines because I was just there as this whole thing was happening. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of glad that I went when I did and left when I did, because now all of Manila is on lockdown.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents just came back in the beginning of January. So they had their fun, and
not anymore.
it's really good that they got that out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize it. Yeah, a lot. That's the thing. Every place around the world is dealing with it in different ways. Toronto hasn't locked things down, but yeah, that's right. I think they have made it now. It's now illegal to like have like large gatherings, right? So, Lightspeed dude's asking in the chat, how was sleeping, Scott? Sleeping was very nice, except I didn't get enough of it. Like I went to bed at I was in bed by 4, and I don't know. I'm still half asleep, to be honest with you. But it's one of those things. But here we are. Here we are today. Aica, you have a new single that's come out recently. Am I correct about that? Tell me about that.
Yes, you are. Just last year, I released one of my, I guess I'd call it like my first serious single, because I've been, singing for as long as I can remember, ever since I popped out of that womb. From church to school to birthdays, weddings, all that stuff. So I finally decided to start recording and putting out my own music, because I do have a passion for songwriting. And ever since then, I've reached over 300K streams on that.
Wow.
All platforms.
Awesome. Beat that, Scott.
Yeah, seriously, that's so good.
And
really
good. And then when I met my boyfriend, he's an actual music producer, so we decided to collaborate, work together, get that bread together, and start putting out some more music. And I'm really excited. So Goodluck is inspired by just, everyone goes through a lot of life experiences with the people around them. For me, it just comes out in like a romantic kind of perspective, but you could think of it as friendships that have gone wrong, or people that have just surpassed their season in your life. And so that's pretty much what it's about. I'm so excited of having the world hear it, for sure. It hasn't been out for too long, so I'm excited for when it gets more listens.
Well, you released it on your birthday, right?
Yes. Oh my gosh. That was the craziest thing ever. The most hectic day. So, basically, we uploaded it twice within a 24-hour span. And so, the first release had gotten out into stores already, when the second one was getting into stores. So basically there was 2 versions on some of the stores, and it was just so hectic. And then the first version was trying to get off the stores. Oh my gosh. But by, I think it was the Sunday following, so about 2 days, everything was all cool. Everything's collected now. Everything is in their proper place. So yeah, now I feel like I can breathe and I can enjoy, having people share it and listen to it. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, Lightspeed Dude says 300,000 streams. Scott, you're at 12. Well,
1,200,000 or just 12?
I think 12. I think he's right. Although we're talking about Twitch streams, but no, well noted, Lightspeed Dude. Good point. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. 300.
Calling shade.
Yeah. I'm getting roasted on my show.
It wasn't even from me. That's the best part.
No, Lightspeed Dude was cool. He was really helpful yesterday, and he seems to be a funny guy. So
we should have him on the show.
Yeah. Twitch players listen to the song. They really digged it. I forgot who it was. My boyfriend was showing me. But yeah, one of them actually took out a guitar and started playing their guitar with it. It was so cool. Just seeing different people's reactions,
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, if, why don't we? Do you think we should show the people the song?
Yes,
of course.
That's why she's here. I mean, she also wants to keep us company during isolation, but
of course.
Yes.
Okay. We need friends.
We need friends. Okay, in that case, then why don't we give a listen to Goodluck by Aica.
Aica.
what I said. Good luck from everyone but me. Get on my business. I see the likes on my pics, you be slipping. Can't have none of this. Leave me alone, don't want nothing from you. From you. But I was ride or die, was your day one. You never wanted to show me love. Day by day you misbehave. I never had a thing to say. Now it's time, let me be free. Good luck from everyone but me. Yeah, that's right. Him, her, but not me. She, he, but not me. We minus me. Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. Good luck from everyone but me. Good luck, don't break a leg. Fingers crossed, go knock 'em dead. Good luck, don't break a leg. Fingers crossed, go knock 'em dead. Dead.
You gave
And
vibes,
that was Good Luck by Aica. Very nice song.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Really nice vibe, and you have a really cool voice. Sounded very, very good. Oh, look, Lightspeed Dude says, "Oh, dang, that was really good." That's what Lightspeed Dude. It was a pretty good
Thanks
song.
so much.
It is good. I was telling her she has such a Keisha Cole vibes when she sings. I really appreciate her voice.
And the most comment I get is I sound like Ariana Grande. And that
I
to me
get that.
is like maybe my other song more so, but that to me is a huge compliment in itself because like she's so successful and
Oh, sorry, hang on. I cut away. Sorry, say that again. You were in the middle.
no, I was just saying that people always compare me to Ariana Grande, and it's such a huge compliment because she's doing so great. She's so successful in the music industry, and I always look up to her ever since ever since she was on YouTube. Actually, she's come
really?
so far.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it sounds really good. The song sounded neat, and yeah, good job. So that's part of an EP that's coming, right? There's a full EP that's on the way.
Yes, that is right. Actually, there's things kind of switching around because Goodluck's pretty upbeat, and I might be toning it a little bit more down and like focusing more on the vocals with the new EP. Obviously, you're still gonna be like able to bob your head and dance to it, but yeah. So we'll see. Not everything's set in stone. You know, you hear the people's reactions, and you kind of just go off there and plan it accordingly, especially with all of this going around. I don't know, with like recording times and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's the thing, big challenges, and same thing with obviously live performance, right? I mean, normally when we have singers on, I like to ask, "Oh, when are you performing next?" And I guess none of us really know.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I mean, this is kind of our new normal for a little while, and I guess we all just have to buckle down and deal with it. The screens. I'm gonna have to figure this out. But our screens keep your two size screens keep resizing constantly, and so I keep having to adjust it. So people watching at home, if you see, there's like kind of looks like there's like an earthquake or something going on. That's just the way it is. But Mike Brown. Good morning, sit down, folks. He's in the chat.
Good morning, Mr. Brown.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you guys hear about Amazon opened a store a while ago? And actually, this was kind of before all of this stuff started happening. But it was this new shop where the idea was, you go in and you don't. There are no employees in the store.
You pay what you can?
No, it's not even that. It's the one where
Uh-huh.
you go in and you never actually exchange funds or anything. I guess when you walk in the front, there's like a thing that scans you, and then everything you take off the shelf, it automatically charges you for.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the biggest problem is like it said like don't help somebody like take stuff off the shelf, because if you do that, then you'll be charged for it. You know what I mean? Because it's basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the idea is there's no checkout counter. There's no lineup. You literally just walk in, you grab what you want, and you walk out.
But what if you're one of those people that like grab it, think about it, and then realize, you know what, I don't want this, and then have to put it back? Do you have to put it back in the same spot, or do you have to like just take it?
Yeah, that's. I guess those people are out of luck, unfortunately. Those,
I feel like it should be once they leave the store, then they get charged at the leave.
Yeah. Not as they're picking.
Yeah.
well,
I know a lot
apparently-
of people like to spectate and look at those things 360.
people who are browsing. Yeah. No, this is if you're browsing, you can browse, but only with your eyes, unfortunately. For the way this thing. I mean, I think it's fairly new, still a new concept and stuff, and they're probably still going to sort out the bugs, but anyway, that's I was thinking about that a lot now, just given what's happening now, because you think one of the biggest problems with having a lot of shops that are still open, and there are still quite a few stores open, is that right now at this point the workers are the ones who are at risk, right? Because they're the ones that have to deal with people all day long. So interesting idea. I don't know if that'll bring that more to us. I don't know. Maybe.
Aica. Oh, sorry. Is your work still open?
No,
Because I know. Okay.
Yeah. Thankfully, my company reacted immediately once it, was announced as a pandemic. They sent out emails to everyone and letting us know what the situation was. So I'm really grateful that, obviously not only I'm safe, but other people and my coworkers, because obviously I care about them.
Yeah, of course.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I know, and I really feel bad for like the non-essential companies and stores that are still up and running. It's terrible, really terrible, because they're going into work like, yeah, okay, they're earning money, but their health is a lot more work. More
Definitely.
Yep. Yeah, it's it's a crazy time. And Gamer Otaku. Hi, welcome Gamer Otaku. Welcome to the show. This is the.
There's a lot of gamers on here today.
These are all people who are partaking in my live stream. Welcome. Oh, Lightspeed Dude says we have a store like that in Utah. Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Utah.
Yeah, Gamer Otaku. I mean, Lightspeed Dude is in Utah. Have you shopped there, Lightspeed Dude? What's it like? Like, have you gone in there and so you just take it off the shelf and you get immediately charged? That's pretty cool.
I feel like you'd have to have like a set list. Like, this is what I need. I need 2 apples, 3 bananas, a carton of eggs.
And
Exactly.
Yeah, you just can't. You just can't like. It's not a good place to change your mind. You basically just got to know what you're putting in your cart before
I
you
can't
do it.
shop there.
Like, how funny would it be? It's like you bought like 3 apples and you get charged for like 80 things because you just were like, actually, no, I don't really need that. I don't need
That would be me.
you just keep taking and putting it back, and then it just charges you every time you hold it. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, how do you argue that?
type of
Like,
person that touches things.
yeah.
How do you
Like,
what?
can you
Sorry?
be like, actually? How do you be like, actually, I didn't buy this. Please refund me these 80 items that I never bought.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
I
that
guess
even
there'd be.
possible?
I mean, there's probably security cameras, so I guess you'd call them and deal with. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about it. I just know I read it. It's kind of a prototype type store. And once again, these screens just keep jumping all over the place. I don't know why it's happening. But yeah, and I like Lightspeed Dude mentioned that like the audio sounds a bit echoey at times, and again, it's just because we're dealing with some streaming issues here that I just.
Please bear with us, ladies and gents. This is a first for us.
Yeah, it's our first time. Aica, do you play video games by chance? Do you play any
Oh,
games?
no. No, not at all. I think the only video game that I've actually, not even consistently because I've stopped ever since school, but like one video game that I go consistently back to is Harvest Moon.
Harvest? Well, that
Harvest.
Have you ever heard of that? It's kind of like a more real, not realistic. I don't even know how to explain it. But you're basically a farmer, and just
Oh,
the different features on it are different than like the Facebook games, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit more, yeah, realistic, I guess, for lack of better words.
oh,
But yeah, I downloaded it. It's on my phone forever. So if I'm ever really bored in my self isolation, that's exactly what I'll do.
Farmer Aica back at it.
well, I mean that's still that's a video game. That's gaming, and
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. Let me see, what do we got? Lightspeed Dude
Got
says,
people chatting.
yeah, the store says it's really small. You walk in, you download the app with the scanner, and then okay, so this one you scan anything you want and grab it. Once you're done shopping, you press done on your phone, and you take the things off the phone. So
So you scan it on your phone?
yeah, if you don't want something, there's also a guy that makes sure you scanned everything in your bag. I see. Okay, so you walk around. So there's no checkout, but you scan it. You scan it. So it's not quite the same thing, but you scan everything with your phone, and then
Yeah, that's a little bit more structured than what the Amazon one
yeah,
sounds like, for
and
sure.
there's more option for what's it called?
Accuracy?
Changing your mind. Yeah, that sort of thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mel S says,
There's some
amazing.
wiggle
Love the
room.
song. Oh, sorry. What'd you say there?
No, there's more wiggle room to
Yes.
be
Yes.
indecisive.
Exactly. Mel S is in the chat. She says, amazing. Love the song.
Oh, wow. Lightspeed Dude just says they don't have school for the rest of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, they canceled his whole entire thing. Well, that's the other thing now with
That's crazy.
what students are going to be doing, and with younger kids, what parents are going to do with the kids. That's interesting because, like, even Lightspeed Dude yesterday, he was saying how, like, it's been a whole week of basically not being able to do anything, and like at first it's like, cool, I don't have school, that's fun, but then it goes, wait, what am I supposed to do with myself? And it kind of gets,
Exactly.
it's interesting. But what's actually cool is you can see so many things now are suddenly, people are going live. There are concerts that are happening. Last night I saw on Twitch there was like a DJ doing a full out rave, and the idea was like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, John Legend and Christy Teigen, they also did a live concert on Instagram. And then DJ Pauly D from Jersey Shore also did a live DJ session on his Facebook page. Maybe you should do one, Scott, instead of playing video games all day.
Honestly, the video gaming was pretty epic, as some people in the chat will be able to agree. It was except for last night. I mean, last night was 6 hours. I mean, it's funny because the last level of this game, you actually fight the devil himself. And as I was playing, it's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm in hell right now, where I just play. It's like I feel like this is what it's like, where I just play the same level over and over again. I must have died like 1,000 times. I don't know. It's
Oh my goodness.
yeah. And some people in this chat last night were there for a large part of it, and Lightspeed Dude was there the entire time. Oh, Bernie Sanders went live on Twitch a few days ago, apparently.
Interesting.
Oh, there you go. It's weird.
Yeah, a lot of people,
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say a lot of celebrities are taking this time to kind of like regain like their control over their social media and like connect with their audience like on a deeper level, because you're literally seeing like their chats, like, and you can see like their comments. So it's really good. Even we were discussing a little bit earlier when we were talking about my kind of vibe, or we were talking about Keisha Cole. JoJo's been doing live streams every single day, doing like song requests. So
Yeah.
Her coronavirus song was actually really good.
For sure.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Oh yes, a little version.
Did you guys see that thing where apparently all the celebrities put out like this song by a version of Imagine? I think it was
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it, but heard of it. Was very curious.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't really basically, it was just like it would just cut to a bunch of them, like each one do like they all filmed it on their phones, and they'd all sing like a line. So I think Gal Gadot is the one who started it. So it's like she'd just be like, "Imagine there's no heaven," and then it would cut to some person, and Regine would be like, "It's easy if you try," right? But it was. I mean, one thing that's interesting is that video got a lot of backlash. People were like, "Oh, they're so out of touch and stuff," but I didn't think it was a big deal. I thought it was a little cringy, but I didn't think it was that big a deal. But that's the thing.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I don't know. You know what I will say? With this digital world and being able to connect like this and communicate, I mean, if there was a time where we had to self-isolate, this is kind of the best time in history to be able to have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice that people are actually able to, well, the idea that you can just work from home is a big thing. It's pretty cool.
The fact that we could do the sit down virtually.
Yes. I mean, we're still sorting out the bugs, but in theory, we're doing the sit down. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. We are sitting down still, so that's all that matters.
That's right. We got our shirts. We got
unplanned.
Well, but you know what it is? I mean, I think you probably had the same thought, but it's like obviously our regular studio set has like, the big sign.
It's branded, yeah.
And we got all the branded mugs, which are up at the studio, and so we had all those things.
My mug's nicer than yours.
No, I've got the Balzac's mug. Look at that. That's a nice mug.
I have Belle on mine.
Hey, Belle. Belle's my favorite Disney princess.
I know, that's why you said. And then on the back it says, it's hard to be a beauty when mornings are a beast.
Oh, that's very nice.
And my lipstick.
Oh yeah, mine doesn't have my lipstick. Mine is the Balzac's the Balzac's mug from Ryerson Image Arts. Anyway, it's cool. It's awesome.
I go with your mug.
Yeah. Oh, but
No,
yeah,
I have water bottle.
Water bottles are good too.
I have one too. It's very Regine Alaina.
Oh my gosh, I have the same one.
That's a water bottle?
Yeah.
It looks
Starbucks.
like
What do they call them?
it's bejeweled.
It's very
It's
neat.
hard to hold for long.
Yes, it hurts.
Oh, it's like spiky, like the little diamonds are sharp.
Yes.
I see. But yeah, the shirts weren't planned, but I think we kind of came at from the same thing. It's like I knew that we didn't have any of the branding in the nice studio that we usually have, even though I mean this looks pretty good, I gotta say. But I figured.
I took my crown out.
Oh yeah, there you go. Regine's got the crown in the background. But anyway, so I figure wear the shirt. At least it kind of adds some level of branding to it. And Regine's camera's just jumping everywhere. What is
So I do best.
Yep. Oh, I guess we should do the ads.
Yeah, we should.
In fact, I meant to do that right after the song, but then I just forgot. I just forgot.
It's okay.
But this conversation and this episode of the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by the following incredible advertisers. Hey, Regine.
Yes, Scott?
Do you want to know what your home is really worth?
Sure.
Are you buying or selling a home?
Maybe not right now, but after Corona.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, in that case, Jennifer C. is here to help. Jennifer C., realtor at Home Life Culture Link. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone. Speak to a professional. Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. To see your current listings, visit homelifeculturelink.com. The Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Saimeka, mortgage agent. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. That's right. Find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca or call 905-604-6954. 888-888-5555. And it was brought to you by Jewelry Forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and change watch batteries, all done on site. And we have an amazing thing, and I realize Regine's mic is muted, and I can't unmute it while the video is playing, so I'm just going to do the whole myself. If you tell them Scott and Regine sent you, you get 15% off your purchase. That's right, 15% off. Find out more at jewelryforever.ca. They've got an amazing selection of things. You'll be sure to find something special for the special person on your list. And there's Regine right there, amazed at 15% off, just if you mention that Scott and Regine sent you. Jewelry Forever. Find out more at jewelryforever.ca. And of course, if you'd like to advertise on the show, get in touch at radioshowad@gmail.com. It's a great way to get in touch and reach a brand new audience. We read the ads live, just like this, every episode, which means we can personalize them week to week. So if you have a sale or a special event on a particular date, you can let us know, and we can get that message out in real time, live on the air, every Sunday at 11 a.m. Radio Show Ad, radioshowad@gmail.com. And we're back. Yeah, I realized as I started the ads that, again...
You can hear me?
Yeah, technical thing. Once it switches away from the screen, I had set it... Anyway, I did the ads.
Good job, Scott. Good job.
Thank you. So we're back. We're here with Aica. And so tell me, we're all in isolation. I mean, I guess we all must be watching a lot of TV. You guys watch anything interesting lately?
No, but Say Yes to the Dress has been, has been playing nonstop. So that's all I've been watching.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, you must find it interesting to keep watching it.
It's good background noise. If not, I'm just on CP24 the whole time, and it just gets irritating.
Yeah, I mean, CP24, they're pretty much talking about the outbreak pretty much constantly, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And then you get the random, shooting in this area. I'm like, oh, great. People are still shooting each other at this time.
Yeah. Have you guys been tuning into Justin Trudeau's daily updates?
Mm-hmm.
I tuned in.
I'm seeing it more so on social media versus the news, but
yeah. It's pretty much all my Twitter feed is that. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's a global catastrophe, but it's pretty much all that's on there now. I find now I'm almost turning it off a little bit, because I find I'll find myself scrolling, and I'm just reading about it all the time, and it kind of starts to, I don't know, it kind of gets to you a little bit. So.
And a lot of the stuff too is fake. A lot of it is fake news. So they're saying to be careful with what the sources are and what you're reading, and not to spread that negativity a little too much.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. Actually, there's so much. There's so much. Yeah, fake news is really the right word for it. Facebook is by far the worst for that, actually.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But it's everywhere. I mean, things. I guess one there's two kinds. There's the kind that people hear it somewhere and they think it's true, so then they share it, and then there's the other kind where it's like they're deliberately trying to mislead people, and both of those things are out there. So. People, if you're looking for information and you really want good information, I mean, stick to, I don't know, you can go to the CDC website, or in Canada, you can go to the actual public health websites. They'll tell you the things that are the most up-to-date known things. Lightspeed Dude says he's watching America's Strictest Parents. Have you guys heard of that?
No.
I haven't heard of that show.
Lightspeed,
tell me a bit. Yeah, tell us a bit about that. What is that about? Oh, and he's also watching the show called Scott Dion Brown. Yeah, that's right.
It's a great show to watch.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Wife Swap?
I've heard of that? When I was younger, I used to watch it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've been watching some episodes here and there. It's really cool just seeing like how they really choose like two opposite families to have the mom or the husband swap. And so the rules are everything. People live some extravagant lives when we see like or extraordinary, I guess.
Definitely. Did you watch Love Is Blind?
Oh yeah.
No, but I didn't even have to. It was just everywhere.
Yes.
Like I started it actually, and then after it was kind of just like I was getting updates from my sister, and because
Stop me to watch it.
It was good. I will watch the reunion though. I should.
You should.
At the very least, yeah.
All right. I did not make Regine watch.
You suggested it.
So I was watching it, and I figured, oh, there's a show coming up. Like I think this was Friday, or maybe it was Saturday morning.
It's a Saturday.
Saturday, and I was like, oh, we have a show on Sunday, and I've been kind of watching this show, and I just asked, hey, Regine, have you seen it by chance? And she was like, oh, no, I haven't. I'm like, okay, yeah, I've been watching it, and I thought I might bring it up on the show. So she goes, okay, I'll check it out. And then that same day at night, she's like, okay, I'm done. So she watched like the entire season in one sitting.
I finished it. And
the circle was really interesting.
I couldn't get past it. Like I watched the first episode, and I couldn't. I think some of the characters just pissed me off. I'm like, oh, they're so annoying.
Which show? What show is this?
The Circle.
The Circle.
Oh, I haven't seen that. What's that one about?
I got really irritated. I was like, I can't.
They're all in pure isolation. That is like those people prepared for coronavirus for sure.
Crazy.
And they're in self-isolation, and they basically talk through a screen using like a voice-activated TV. They complete challenges and basically try to knock off people. People are either their actual identity or their catfishes. It's really interesting. And
I couldn't get past the first episode.
That sounds really intense.
Yeah. It's like a social media version. Yeah. Like I couldn't. Like I think just what's the Italian guy, I couldn't get past his personality. I was like, I can't deal with you. I gotta turn this off. I never went back to it.
How interesting.
I see. Yeah. I can see that. Not a lot of people would be interested into it.
I mean, now that I have nothing else to do, maybe I'll give it another try.
Yes.
Got some tips on how they dealt with isolation.
Exactly.
Let's say after a few more weeks of this self-isolation, you're probably gonna start watching things that you never would have watched. But
yeah. I'm gonna start watching Star Wars soon. Watch, you never know.
You should. Oh, Lightspeed Dude in the chat says they take annoying teens and send them to different parents, and the new parents have 1 week to help them get better. Oh.
So it's kind of like wife swap, but parents swap.
With a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, this issue.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to Google this and figure out why you're
getting frustrated with their screens.
Well, I mean, it must look so weird to anybody watching. Like your screens just keep randomly resizing and throwing off the whole design.
It's okay. It's fine. They'll get over it.
It's driving me mad.
Well, Aica and I can't see it, so I mean, it's fine.
That's true. Oh, and also speaking of the isolation thing and the reality TV, did you guys hear they? So we have it here. In fact, Cindy with an S is part of it. Big Brother Canada, right? So there's Big Brother shows all over the world. So did you hear? Apparently they're currently filming Big Brother Germany, and they've all been isolated in the house because the way the show works is like you're just in the house all the time, right? And they don't know about Corona. And so,
wow!
My gosh.
Yeah. So I saw a thing that they're planning to reveal Corona to them live, like on air. So they're going to find out about it for the first time on air on that day. So that's
crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it's
I'm interested to see what their reactions will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that's everything. It's I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I feel about it. It's almost like I mean, obviously they're using it to like get viewers, but it's at the same time, it's an interesting thing, and I guess it just sort of worked out that way, right? They didn't plan to do this, but the nature of the show is that you're in a house isolated.
I feel like some of their reactions are going to be like immediately like, oh, what's happening with my own family? Like, if they know anybody who's been traveling, that would be like their first concern, right?
And then can they even go home after the show is done?
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess I don't know. I mean, they can, but they'd have to go into ice. Well, I mean, the thing is that what's weird is they're almost safest in there.
Mm-hmm. They should just stay there.
Yeah.
And actually,
because they've already been there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that the Big Brother residents in Canada, they did know about it and they decided to stay in the house and keep filming. I think they were actually given the option and they decided to stay. But again, same thing. I mean, if they have to self-isolate, they might as well just be isolated.
Might as well compete for money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They got food and everything. They don't have to fight people in the grocery store for toilet paper.
Exactly.
Do you get toilet paper?
Yeah, actually, speaking of the toilet paper thing, I do not understand that at all. I mean,
you know what I think?
Yeah.
I have a theory.
Go for it.
My theory: toilet paper can be used for anything. It could be to like soak up messes. It could be for your nose because it's soft enough. Obviously, you use it for the bathroom. So it's the most like versatile like type of material versus like just getting tissue boxes or just getting paper towels.
Okay.
Why buy both? That's what I think. Because there are some people who actually don't use tissue because, like, using a paper towel, toilet roll is just so much easier, I guess.
Yeah. Like, it's
more convenient.
I guess. I mean, for me, it's like if I knew that there was going to be a crisis and I can't go outside for weeks and months, right? Toilet paper is like the bottom of my list. You know what I mean?
Wait, Scott, how did you prepare for this if you were in a different country when this all went down and you haven't been able to leave the house for a week?
Fortunately for me, we had actually gone to Costco not that long before we
left. Okay.
So like we pretty much have like everything we need. So
even food?
Yeah, we're in pretty good shape actually. We got quite a few things here. And I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I guess at some point I am going to have to go out. But even then, like if I have to, I'll just, stay away from everybody and not touch anything.
My mom's been a trooper going to the grocery stores for us. There's 5 of us in the family, so it's like that food did not last long, especially if we're snacking all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You got all people who are, not only do you have everybody at home, but they're home for a lot longer than they normally would be because people aren't going out. So like suddenly every meal is being eaten indoors. Yeah.
Well, you're saving money too.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Nobody's. Although actually, we've ordered in food quite a few times.
I mean, it doesn't help that Uber Eats is giving away free delivery. So.
Yeah, I ordered Domino's the other day because they had a coupon. It was 50% off. So, pizza.
You can't go wrong with pizza.
Yeah. And we've been going for a walk every day. And it's a weird thing because you're walking around the neighborhood and like it's almost like playing Frogger because you're walking around and like every time you see a person you're like trying to avoid them. Yeah, so it's like I'm seeing them coming to my side of the street, so I'll cross the street and go to the other side, and like you're just kind of trying to pick a path where there's nobody. It's a very strange thing, and you can tell that everybody around you is doing the same thing.
Is your area busy still though? Because you live in a very busy.
Yeah, no, it's not at all. I mean, all the businesses around here, are closed. I believe. Like when I walk by, I think they're all closed, restaurants and stuff. And you still see people walking around. Like you'll see, 2 people walking, but no, it's just pretty much a ghost town all the time.
Isn't it a historically ghost town anyway? Does it make it a little bit more eerie?
A little bit more, yeah, exactly. Now it's a literal ghost town, exactly. Yeah, it's a historical part of town, but it's yeah, now it's literally and historically, yes.
A ghost town. Oh God.
Yeah, it's I don't know. This is so weird. I mean, when I was
very weird.
yeah, like when I was in Guyana and I was hearing about it, and even at the time, because before I left, you know, it hadn't been declared an emergency yet. There was a whole bunch of things, like it was sort of just this thing that we were kind of aware of, you know, but it wasn't on everyone's mind. And then it was literally like the day before we were coming home. It was like there was this 24-hour period where suddenly everything changed. And it was so crazy. Like we got back from we're on the plane, and like we brought what wipes with us on the plane, and we like wiped down all the surfaces around our seats. And then we get off the plane, and like we're all standing in line, and you can tell everybody's nervous, and every time somebody coughs,
Everyone's panicked. Yeah.
You know, and then we took an Uber back home because we thought, okay, let's try to avoid the train, because usually we would take the Up Express from the airport, but no, we took an Uber. And ever since we got back, it's just been it's insane. I mean, we're really, I saw somebody post something that we're living through, you know, a future history lesson, and I think that's true. Like this is going to be yeah, I don't know.
Future textbooks. We're in there.
Exactly.
There's some authors like scrambling, like making sure they get every statistic, every percentage of growth, 100%. Because this, I mean, like I'm super young, but I don't think this has ever happened in, I don't know, like ever, especially with so many of the other diseases. It hasn't been this bad.
No, I don't think SARS was as crazy as this is.
No, I mean SARS was definitely serious, but I remember at the time most people, especially I know in Toronto, like there was an outbreak and it was bad, except most people just were just going about their daily lives. I know it was just I knew that it was this thing that was happening, you know, but I remember like I saw like one or two people one time on the subway wearing a mask, and I thought they were weird, you know. And other than that, it was
now you're weird if you don't wear a mask.
Well, that's the thing, yeah. But no, this what we're going through now. This is different. Like I don't think they ever canceled any schools or anything for SARS. Not that I can recall.
No.
So that's the thing. We're
like, were you even born during SARS?
Just joking. I don't know. I don't even. When was that?
Yeah, when was it?
Give me a date.
Was it in the early 2000s? Right? Early 2000s. It wasn't in the 90s.
Okay, so then I was just like a baby. So I had no worries at all.
Yeah. But like I said, I remember it. Even at the time, it was not a big deal. Although, I mean, the big thing that happened was, even though for your average person living here, it wasn't considered a big deal, Toronto specifically was hit. And I remember that's why they had that big Rolling Stones concert, because the media had really blown it out of proportion at a time, and it was apparently really negatively affecting like tourism to Toronto. So then the Rolling Stones, who are a big fan of Toronto, they held this giant concert at Downsview Park that they ended up calling SARS Stock. And so
did you go?
Big thing. I did go. It was awesome. And I saw all these great bands. So like basically the biggest thing I remember from SARS was that concert.
Wow.
So this is quite a little bit more serious than that.
Well, now everything's being canceled. Like we were talking about it yesterday, this Toronto Cider Festival is canceled.
Yeah.
A lot of big, like my pageant, the International Galaxy pageant, is being postponed until who knows when. The NBA, NHL, golf, it's all being canceled. School.
And not even to mention just like we were mentioning it earlier, just all the talk on social media is just bringing it, like feeding its fire, like feeding fuel to the fire, 100%. So
That's
people are
true.
being more and more worried. I mean, like, obviously you have to be cautious, but like letting it eat you alive in a negative manner, that is terrible. I feel bad for the people who are having like actual like anxiety about this, like fearing, like even opening the door.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually, because when SARS was happening, there was no social media, and I've got to think that probably would have played. Things probably would have felt a lot worse if it had been, because that's one thing is that unless you turned on the news, and I guess read the papers, it wasn't something you were seeing all the time. It wasn't part of your daily life. Whereas now I can open my phone and I can know everything that everybody's saying about it all the time. And
That's true.
And I think it is important to be informed, but I think there's also a point where, especially when, say, no new information has come out, but you're just keep reading about it, and they're going to constantly put out articles because they need you to click on them. So there's this sort of need for them to create things that you're going to look at. Yeah, and I think it can really be, it can be anxiety inducing. It can make you scared, and I don't think it's helpful actually to a certain point. It contributes to why everyone's stockpiling stuff and clear. I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're acting like there's this big shortage of food and everything, and the truth is there isn't. Like, and you just running the store.
They are the shortage of food.
No, but the shortage is not because our supplies are running out. The shortage is that everybody's running to the store and buying everything. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whereas if everybody just bought what they need, like normally, which then, everything would be fine. So that's why I think what's good is the stores are now, adjusting.
Limiting.
I think things are coming back. Yeah. But yeah. Lightspeed Dude says, my cousin is so scared about it that she washes her hands to the point where they bleed. Well, that's not healthy.
Yeah, that can't be good.
You don't want to do that. I mean, important hand washing is good, and good hand washing etiquette or whatever, or like the way you do it is good. What do they say? 15 seconds of soap and 20 seconds of rinsing or whatever. But if you wash till when they bleed, I think you're doing something worse. So
what is that?
I don't know. Is that on your end or my end?
Oh,
the noise. I don't
know.
Oh, well, that's okay.
It's a cheerful noise. It's okay.
Sounds very nice. But
yay!
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm safe.
Yes.
It's like, what is that?
But yeah, everybody, wash your hands regularly. But no, I mean, if you wash them that much, you're going a bit too far. Also, though,
make sure you moisturize your hands afterwards too.
Yeah, because that's actually that's true. That's a possibility as well. Like, I find if my skin gets really, really dry, then it doesn't. Then I tend it cracks and gets cut a lot easier. So yeah, it's good to have like a moisturizing cream next to the sink as well, because yeah. To
wash your hands, ladies and gents.
Wash your hands, and yeah, basically every time when I go out, if I have to go outside for a walk or anything like that, as soon as I come back, I always wash. Oh, to be honest, I was kind of doing that already. Like, I already have the habit of when I come in from the outside, I always wash my hands. It's the first thing I do. So
what they should do is, while they're washing their hands, they should play Goodluck and wash their hands for as long as the song goes on for.
Yeah.
Yes, the
There
whole
you go.
3 minutes. It's exactly 3 minutes.
There you go. Well, please, okay, what really bothers me is there's people who are posting videos of them washing their hands, but they're not turning the tap off. And it bothers me so much to how much water is just being drained. Like, please turn off your tap if you're going to wash your hands for 3 minutes.
Yeah, you mean like they're rubbing their hands and they're
But
not
the
under
water's
the
just
water,
flowing.
and the water's
Yeah.
flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find. Do you guys do that when you brush your teeth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you
don't, do you, Scott?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, I turn it off.
Yeah, I turn
And
the water off.
even like washing our faces, like after makeup for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After makeup, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, everyone should be washing their face as well. All the bacteria going on there.
Exactly. So you know what it is? This is a time. I mean, these are
Practice
trying
good
times.
hygiene.
That's the thing. This is a time where we can all brush up on our personal hygiene skills. Like if you're one of those people who, in a public washroom, for example, if you're one of the guys who, you go to the washroom and then you just shoot your hands under for a second, like, whoosh, and leave. And I know there's a lot of you out there because I see you. Time for that to stop. And if you're one of those people who just walks right by the sink, it's time for that to stop too.
That's gross.
Yeah, there's way too many. Like I see it way more often than I wish I did. But
yeah, that happens at my work too. Like I can, when you're in the washroom and then you just see people just walk out of the stall, and I'm like,
like,
I know who you are. I know where you sit. That's gross.
Exactly. So it's time. Now is the time more than ever to change some of those habits and develop some new ones.
This is a public service announcement from the sit down.
Yeah.
This is not why we had Aica on the show, to talk about isolation and hygiene. I'm so sorry.
No, you know what though? I've seen so many posts like, what did we even talk about before coronavirus? It's like, what did we talk about?
Yeah,
we talked about a lot of things.
That it has a huge influence. No, of course, but
yeah, it's
now you wake up and that's what it is.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're all, I don't know. It's a global event. It's on all of our minds. It's something that's literally impacted every single person on the planet at this point. I mean, we've all had to make a change. So, yeah. But Goodluck has come out. Where it's out on digital. Yeah, you said it's gotten a bunch of streams already, right? So where can people find it if they want to listen to it?
The main streams would be Spotify, Apple Music. You can download it, buy it on iTunes. It's available on YouTube, SoundCloud, pretty much everywhere. Yeah.
Sweet. And Goodluck. It's one word. Goodluck, right?
Yes.
So what was behind? Why did you make it good? What was the decision to make it a one-word thing? Is Goodluck normally one word or 2 words? I don't know, but what
it is 2 words.
Okay.
My thoughts of putting it together was like, just like having it said like fast. I don't know why, but that was like just my mentality of thinking like, there's a difference between saying like good luck and like good luck. You know?
I see what you mean.
When you're snappy at someone, you're like, good luck.
That's true. Because in this song, you're not really wishing them good luck. It's more like
good luck. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. Cool. And so now, and like you said, so you're planning to do next ones, and I know the timelines are all messed up. But have you are the new songs written yet, or are they kind of are you still working on them, or how's it coming?
I have 1 or 2, 3 of them written, and I'm still working on a 4th. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to do 4 or 5 songs, because that's usually where EPs kind of land.
Yeah.
Until you actually go into like an actual album. So depending on the kind of, if I feel that the story is kind of complete in terms of like the message I'm trying to portray and like the story I'm trying to share, then that's when I'll know. But everything is going according to plan for now. It's just a matter of like being able to go out and go book a studio and record all of that.
For sure.
Well, now you have the time to write.
Yeah.
Exactly. I've been working for sure. I'm taking advantage of this time because if I don't and I sit in my bed, I will go crazy 100%. So might as well use this time to work.
Yeah.
I see a lot of musicians right now. For instance, some of the Southeast Cartel guys, they just got back from the Philippines, so they're also in quarantine. And I see a lot of them posting that they're coming up with some good music. So I'm sure a lot of other artists in the world will be doing the same thing.
Yeah,
sure,
that makes
because
sense.
they're in their own thoughts, right? So they get to really do what they want to do. Because, sometimes people will have just songs written for them, and it's like, okay, well, record it, let's release it. Like this time, like people can actually like have their creative juices flowing.
I bet you Scott will come out with a song called Cuphead.
Yeah, exactly. It's all that's been on my mind. Well, actually, actually, Cuphead, the music in Cuphead is actually. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen what Cuphead looks like. I don't know. Probably.
I saw your videos.
Yeah. So the game is cool in that the designers, all of the characters and everything in it, it's all hand drawn animation, and it's all drawn. Yeah, and it's drawn in the style of like the old school cartoons, like old like Bugs Bunny, like that old, I don't know, the 1920s era, Betty Boop, that type of cartoons. And so when you're actually playing the game, it really feels like you're playing a cartoon. It's like really, really cool. And the music is all like, you know, they got like a big band to play, like lots of horns. And so
He's already got the idea.
it is. Although actually, you know, I will say, yeah, this, talking about the creativity thing, this has been quite good for like for me, because like there are a lot of things that I've had to edit or been working on, like because most of my work is actually from home anyway. I only really have to go out if I have to film somebody or audition or that sort of thing. And I mean, this thing, because I basically had to shut off any work that takes me out of the house. It's been, for me, like I've been working on a short film for so long, and it's been pretty.
Oh my gosh, is it going to be released soon?
It's, well, I mean, I don't know how soon, but they're like, basically my routine lately has been I wake up, I have some breakfast, and then I sit in front of the computer and I edit.
Play Cuphead.
Well, no, that's the thing. Cuphead doesn't start till nighttime. That's the thing. So I basically edit all day long. I eat. I go for a walk, and then I eat dinner, and then I stream. So it's been a pretty consistent thing, but it's been good for definitely the creativity side of things. So I can see that a lot of artists are putting things out, and you know what do you got to do? You got to make use of the time. You make use of all this time you have. So that's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm really happy that some people are taking this like positive route to it, and like saying like it's a time where you can literally just sit down, be by yourself or be with your loved ones, and just, you know, be in that moment, be present.
Yep. I mean, I think that's I guess it's the only thing we can do, right? I mean, it's such a, you have to find the best of it. I mean, it's a tough, it really is a crazy time. And I know me personally, like I'm in a very, you know, I'm in a lucky position in that I'm able to stay home, and you know, there are a lot of people who have it much harder. But you know, everybody, whatever position we're in, we just gotta figure it out, right? It's crazy. It's some crazy stuff.
Who knows? Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel during this craziness.
Hey, there you go.
What would I do though? That's the one thing that I'm just like, what would I do?
Yeah, I mean, you just have to. Well, I mean,
How to get pageant.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You could talk about, you know, I'm sure you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom you could pass on, or at least experiences you can talk about in there.
Really? I don't have the system for it.
Well, who knows? Who knows what the future will hold? There are great many possibilities.
Oh, we can't play. What's it called with her?
No,
Barrel of Monkeys.
The Barrel of Monkeys World Championship. Yeah. Usually every episode we have. I don't know if Aica, if you're familiar with the game Barrel of Monkeys. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's a classic children's game where it's a little barrel of plastic monkeys, and they have little arms like hooks, and and you have to try to like grab as many monkeys as you can. And we usually have the guests do that, and we have a big competition going on. There you go.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, there's Barry Cito doing it. But you know, it's okay. I mean, there it is. But you know, whenever things are somewhat back to normal, or we can have shows again back in our regular studio, we'll have to get you back and.
Yes, of course, I love
with
that.
your next single.
With your next single.
Yes, when the EP's out.
Yeah, exactly. It's who knows? That's the thing. We don't know what the future's gonna hold, so we can't even say we don't know when, but we know that it will happen.
Yeah, it's tough.
I saw something today saying that these self-isolation things could last for like months. It's possible.
I read somewhere it was at 8 months, and I'm like, no. I want to be outside on my birthday. I'm giving this another month.
Yeah. I mean, we can all still go outside, but I guess it's still going to be this thing where you can't hang around other people, really. That's really the thing.
No.
Yep. Well, on that cheerful note, Do you think we should? I think we should probably wrap things up, guys. What do you think? What do you think, Regine?
I'm good with if you're good, Aica.
Sounds good to me.
Well, Aica, is there anything that you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything that you'd like to share with the people watching today? Like, where can people find you? Anything?
You can find me on my social media. My main platform right now for me sharing is my IG. So you can follow me at a.i.c.a._. Long-winded Aica.
Yeah, Aica with a period in between each one and an underscore at the end. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I believe I put that in the link below. So find her there to get all the latest with all the releases and things. And Regine, where can people find you?
You guys can find me isolated at home, or you can find me on social media at It's Regine Alaina. So that's Instagram and Twitter, which I don't really use, but I'll use it anyway, probably during this time. And then on Facebook, it's also Regine Alaina. And if you want to follow my Galaxy journey, we're actually doing a 10-day challenge. So make sure you follow me at Ms. MS Galaxy Canada, as well as all the other girls. And if you want to join the challenge, you'll have to see what it is there. Where can people find you, Scott?
Well, you can find me right here where you're watching this very show. And it's in the bottom corner there, Scott Dion Brown on YouTube, on DLive, on Twitch, and then also on Instagram and Twitter. But Instagram and Twitter, they're more satellites for my YouTube channel, and I guess more recently Twitch and DLive, because I've been streaming a lot. I've been live streaming a lot. I'm a pro gamer now, maybe the best gamer around. I cannot believe I played video games straight for 6 hours, over 6 hours last night.
You're insane.
It was tough.
You played longer than you probably slept last night.
100%. Yeah. Because when I was getting in bed and I set my alarm for this morning, it was like my alarm will go off in like 5 hours or something. So yeah, it was.
So we know that after this you're gonna go back to bed.
I think I might. Yeah, I think I might. Well, because it was so tough.
There's nothing else.
Yeah, there's nothing else to do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like, because it was the last level of the game, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat the game tonight. And then I'd played for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours go by, and it's this one boss I have to beat. And then it gets awkward because I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna stop now and start again tomorrow. And then what? This is just gonna be a video of me playing the same boss over and over again and not winning. And then it's like, then it just got awkward after a while. So I'm like,
so what are you gonna play now?
Well, I'm gonna play something. I'll play a new game. Actually, Lightspeed Dude suggested a game last night that I actually did download last night and tried for a few minutes at the end of the stream. It's a scary game. You guys familiar with Five Nights at Freddy's? Have you heard of that at all? It's pretty popular game right now, but apparently it's like a horror game where things jump out and scare you.
I've heard of like the movie character.
Yeah, so I think originally it was I believe so, yeah, and I think that was originally based on a game, yeah, or
no, thank you.
Anyway, apparently it's scary. And I played a bit of it last night, and I didn't really understand how it was working, so just things kept jumping out at me, and I'm like, this is gonna be scary if I play this for a while. But so that might be what I do next. I don't know.
Oh gosh, I'm not following that.
It's scary.
Scott, why don't you jump on the bandwagon and do a live concert on your social media?
You know, that's not a bad idea. That might be in the cards.
You too, Aica.
Yeah.
I know. We'll see. Are you guys gonna join it?
Definitely. Oh yeah.
I'll watch.
Yeah, are you guys gonna watch?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tune in. We'll let people know. Yeah.
You totally should. Both of you should.
Yeah, I think I probably will. That's probably a good idea. I got my guitar. I'm using the microphone I would use anyway. So who knows? We'll see.
And like I mentioned earlier, you guys really should look into doing the Galaxy Canada challenge. It's a 10-day challenge. I'll post it on our Instagram. So day one is, how do you de-stress? So you got to post every day on what you do to do that. I mean, it'll be interesting to see Scott do a pageant walk.
A pageant walk, eh? I do have a nice pageant walk. There's no denying that.
I feel like, Scott, you could actually do this. Favorite pageant outfit worn by you or somebody else. Your favorite pageant picture or memory. Scott, you should totally do this, please.
I'll think about it. That sounds interesting.
I mean, Aica also has background and history in pageantry, so why not?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into that for sure.
Sounds very exciting.
Scott's like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do it.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap things up. I think this was a fun episode. It was it's kind of an experiment, guys. Thank you all of you for tuning in. Lightspeed Dude, thank you for participating so much in the chat. Mel S, thank you for saying hello. All of you, thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna, like I said, it's our first time doing this, but it doesn't look like it now. It's gonna be the last. So next week is probably gonna be another Skype one. I'm hoping to sort out this camera jumping problem. Like I said, it's a work in progress, so we're figuring it out. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for tuning in, and Aica, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me, guys. It was nice chatting with you.
Can't wait to see you in person.
Yes, someday we'll all get to see each other in person again.
Oh my God.
And all right, I guess we'll wrap things up, everybody. Guys, you could have been anywhere, but you chose to be here.
You could have been anywhere?
Actually, you couldn't have been anywhere. You're actually trapped at home and you can't go anywhere. But you chose to make this what you stared at for an hour and a half or so. It's an hour and over an hour. What time did we start? Because we started
11:30. Just before 11:30.
So yeah, it's about an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, Lightspeed Dude, goodbye. And I'm going to be doing a gaming stream tomorrow night. Of
course he is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do one today because I'm so tired. It was terrible last night. It was really
recovering.
Really well, you were there, dude. You were there, But tomorrow night I'll do a gaming stream. And okay, shall we wave goodbye?
Bye. Stay safe, everyone, and wash your hands.
Bye, everybody. Bye,
Yeah,
bye, bye,
bye.
bye. Wait. Bye.